independent administrator for BP's $20 billion compensation fund.
I understand completely the frustration, the anger, the uncertainty.
It's Monday, August 23rd, and this is All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Isaac Davey Aronson in for Amy Eddings. Ken Feinberg says he'll try and explain to victims of the Gulf oil spill what he can and can't do. He says the payouts he approves will be more generous than any court. Also, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar was a very big catch for the CIA and the Pakistanis. Might the CIA have been played in the joint operation that took the top tower leader down? Officials in Chile say 33 trapped miners may not be able to be rescued until Christmas. We'll look at what might be necessary to keep them healthy and reasonably comfortable in the weeks ahead after the latest news.
Researchers who work with stem cells from adults stand a good chance of winning as the lawsuit moves forward in the courts. Carrie Johnson, NPR News, Washington.
Vice President Joe Biden says he's confident Iraq will form a national unity government, even though it's been months since elections were held and no agreement has been reached yet. As NPR's Scott Horsley reports, Biden spoke to a veterans group in Indianapolis today.
Vice President Biden told the VFW that U.S. engagement in Iraq will not end with this month's withdrawal of the last combat troops. The U.S. will still have some 50,000 troops in Iraq, down from about 140,000 when President Obama was sworn in. Biden says the troops deserve thanks for curbing sectarian violence in Iraq, adding that politics has broken out where before there was only violence. He also voiced confidence about the war in Afghanistan, saying only now do U.S. commanders there have the troops they need. He urged the veterans in his audience not to write off the Afghan war as a failure. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
Food and Drug Administration head Margaret Hamburg is defending her agency's handling of salmonella in eggs. The FDA chief says not only is the government taking the situation very, very seriously, but she's calling on lawmakers on Capitol Hill to move legislation to provide her